Welcome Libra to your reading for October 2023. First of all, big apology to you guys because this reading is apparently late. Usually I get my readings out at the beginning of the month, but I made a fatal mistake of trying to do a mid-month reading last month, and that just absolutely threw everything back by a couple of weeks, including my life admin, my work, everything else that's going on, unexpected circumstances that come in, you know, moose, just everything's been really got on top of me. So even though this is a mid-month reading, it is for the whole of October. So we're going to be looking at the last 2 weeks going into the next 2 weeks. It's quite a nice perspective to be doing it from the middle of the month, I feel, because you guys get to see how accurate or how much the reading resonates with you over the last couple of weeks. And then we carry on to see what's coming up. As I always say, some of these readings may not resonate with everyone, but do watch all the way through, because you'll find you pick up bits where you'll be like, oh God, that's me, that's going on in my life at the moment. It may not be that the full reading resonates all the way through. So don't miss anything, because I find watching readings online, I kind of like skip the bits that don't mean anything, and I'll flash forward to see what else there is. And there's always something that resonates with me. So that being said, let me just pull we're doing numerology card instead of an oracle card at the end of the reading. And I will give you an update on Moose at the end of the reading, who is currently chewing his foot. So not sure what's going on there. To see how big he's got in the last 3.5 weeks is really quite incredible, I think. So let's crack on with this. Okay, so let's see what's been going on with you guys, Libra, over the last couple of weeks. Oh my God, shuffle-a-rama. They have already been shuffled, so I don't need to go too mad. Don't know what's wrong with me. Let's see. Okay. So we've got the Four of Pentacles, Strength, Knight of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. The first feeling I got from this as I was drawing the cards was the feeling of you saying, oh God, give me strength. Like literally, I feel like you're there's been something going on with you, Libra, where you've been fed up with the situation and you're not getting anywhere, and you're kind of feeling a bit stuck in your ways. So there's a Four of Pentacles, which just show... It does show that you are, again, being stubborn about something. I'm not sure what this is until we clarify. But there's just that feeling of, you're not getting your way, and you're like, oh, God help me. Someone sort this out. I don't know what it is, but we'll find out more. Knight of Cups could be someone in your life. For some of you, water energy, which would be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. As always with you, Libra, the most important thing in your life is that happy family dynamic, and making sure that that family is not only surrounded by love, but is financially supported. So I always find with your readings, Libra, they always seem to be quite pentacles heavy, quite work heavy, quite career heavy. And then as I've said in previous readings, that kind of has a knock-on effect to all the other things. Even though you want that beautiful, happy family, you kind of forget to put as much energy into the emotional side as you do the, practical side. So let's clarify. I don't know why I can't shuffle. It's not usually this bad. Okay. as I said, pentacles bloody coming out everywhere. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles is clarifying the Four of Pentacles. The feeling I'm getting from this now, okay, is the Eight of Pentacles all about putting in hard work. And you are a perfectionist, Libra, when it comes to work and things like that. Is that you are trying to get stuff done and something is preventing you, or something's slowing you down, or someone's not hearing you, or something's just making your life a lot more difficult than it should be, and it's really hard work, and you want people to do it your way. As I keep saying, your way is the best way, and maybe people aren't hearing you. If you're in a position of authority, or if you're running your own business, that kind of thing, I do get the feeling that there's something going on here. Or even if you're not, even if you're working for someone, you are very much a person to say, look, I think, there's a problem. There's always a way that you can solve it. And maybe people aren't listening to you. I don't know. But that's the kind of feeling I'm getting. Strength is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. So again, this is about you kind of knowing that you have it in you to get to where you want to be, and you are really, whatever this is putting a block in the road for you, and you're just drawing on strength because there's something stopping you. It's only temporary. It just means that you can't be going at the speed and pace you would like to, and everything's just, there's a bit of a halt, and you're having to, like I said, you're kind of saying, God, give me strength, please, Lord. Help me get through this difficult time. It's really not that difficult. It's just that you don't like being slowed down. The Knight of Cups is clarified by death. So there is change and transformation coming in here for you. Again, and I always feel like I get this card for you, Libra. I feel like there's constant transformation going on with you. But then again, this could be actually regarding the person you're with. It could be them that's going through a transformation. So it might not be the person you're with. It might be someone you're working with. I don't know. But there's something going on here where someone is going through changes and transformations. So Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Pentacles again. So this sort of like, happy family, dynamic that you are working towards. Again, something is stopping you feeling like you're in control of it again. And I don't know if it's the same thing, the same roadblock that's at the beginning of this, but something is kind of got in your way of getting there, of getting to this perfect family dynamic. It could be, the other sense I'm getting is that there's someone who is being a bit greedy. And I don't know if that's you or someone else in your family. There is a sense of greed and like control. Could be coming from someone else in your family. But let's find out more as we go into the present. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Seven of Pentacles is showing that you are, again, you're trying to put in the hard work. You're, again, very, very focused on where you are, where you want to be, trying to measure your success. I just feel like you're maybe, there's a sense, almost a sense of not greed, but just stop stop worrying about it and let it happen. You know, it's like, stop being so obsessed. I keep saying it, Libra, but yes, you are good at what you do, and yes, you are successful, but there's other things in your life that need as much attention and you know, as you know, the money side and the work side of things. 7 of Wands, showing that you are a little bit guarded and protective, and you know, yeah, it's like people can't sort of tell you, you know, you very much a case that once you've got something in your head, if someone tells you something different, that starts arguments. So, you know, I know this, you'll probably never change, Libra, but you need to be a little bit more open-minded, because it will cause arguments. And I think it can be the situation where you lose people, and I don't mean like partners, I just mean like people you work with, people who you're friends with. You'll lose their support if you're not careful. 2 of Pentacles, again, I feel like this comes up in a lot of readings for you. It's about juggling, it's about being resourceful, it's about, you know, finding time to fit everything in. And also feeling like, you know, you're juggling more than 2 things at once and everything's up in the air, and how do you keep all the plates spinning, that kind of thing. There's so much stuff you could let go of, Libra, because, you know, your obsession to get somewhere or be someone is so strong that you, like I say, you forget to concentrate on the areas that are important, and those are the emotional parts of your life, the people that love you, care for you, the people that you care and love for. Knight of Cups, again, could be for some of you someone you're with, water energy, Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio. The romancer of the tarot deck, whoever this person is, he or she is a very loving, giving, supportive energy. We'll find out more as we clarify, which we will do now. So let's clarify these cards. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we've got the 7 of Pentacles clarified by death. Second time we've had death already, I'm sure. No, maybe that was my last reading. How weird. Yeah, so that, you know, you're nurturing and you're trying to, you know, like I said, measure your results constantly and assess where you are. But death is coming to show you that change comes, you know, and you have to roll with the changes. So sometimes things don't work and you have to accept that and you try again. I don't think this is anything major. I just think that something here is you have to accept that something that you believed would work isn't working, and I feel like it's something to do with what your career, work, finances, whatever. Just accept that, yeah, maybe I was wrong on that one and change is coming. But it is about letting go. Let go of that. Let go. Very hard for you to do, Libra, but let go. The 7 of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Swords. So out of this ending comes a new beginning, as happens with death. So there's definitely something new in the pipeline here for you, something that maybe you've put on the back burner, something else that you're going to start. But yeah, it is a new idea, new plan, and yeah, it's got potential for success. So, you know, this is good. This is good. The Two of Pentacles is clarified by the Three of Wands. So everything's up in the air, but you are making plans for the future, as always, Libra. And now's the time to have a little bit of foresight and just look at the bigger picture. Okay. You know, there's no point in concentrating on one area of your life if you're not entirely sure what you're doing it for. And you're obviously doing it so that you can plan for your future. And this is the time to do it, and do it with the people that you love. And just remember why you're planning your future. It's because you have a family you love and you care for. The Knight of Cups is clarified by Justice. So if the Knight of Cups is someone who's in your life at the moment in a romantic sense, either they are going through some sort of justice system, legal system, sorry, or it could be that you're planning on getting married or planning on, you know, buying a house together. There's something here which involves a legal process. I don't feel like this is anything bad. I feel like it's a positive thing. But yeah, I do feel like there's something going on here which requires signing of documents and all that sort of stuff. So let's see what's going on in your future, near future, Libra. I think it's that microphone that stops me shuffling. That's my excuse anyway. Sorry if there was a break there. It probably looks like there's been a break because my cam just stopped recording, which means that I'm now having to edit this video in 2 halves, which I love. Anyway, we were doing near future. Right, okay. So we've got the Ten of Wands, Eight of Wands, Four of Swords and Judgment. So Ten of Wands, again, you're making things harder for yourself than they have to be, Libra. There's things going on in your life which you are making you are overcomplicating. It's strange though with you, because you're very good at finding solutions to problems and making a problem go away, especially with practical things. But at the same time, you do make your life harder than it has to be by questioning everything. And I don't mean overthinking, I just mean like you'll kind of try and prove people wrong, if that makes sense. Like I said, you'll get an idea in your head and you'll believe you're right, and you're very much I'm right, you're wrong person. And you will battle that until the bitter end, until someone finally proves to you that you're wrong. And then, yeah, you just waste a lot of time doing that, put it that way. Eight of Wands, something is coming in here, rapidly progressing. There's speed of movement. Maybe something that was feeling a bit stuck, a bit stagnant, could be something to do with what we were talking about at the beginning of the reading. Suddenly things are progressing, things are moving. Again, need for rest and recuperation, Libra, as always. Don't burn yourself out. If you've got time off coming up, go and enjoy it and relax. Judgment, this is coming out in every single reading I'm doing at the moment, and I've said this in every other reading. It is, I think, a universal judgment, a moment of awakening for everyone on a global scale. Until we get the clarifier, you know, of no more. On a personal level, Libra, this is about you either being called to judgment because someone is going to point something out to you, which is kind of making you see something about yourself that you weren't aware of, and you're going to have to sit down and accept. or it's about you being judgmental of other people. I don't feel like you're judgmental. Maybe you are a little bit, but it could be that, you know, you need to rein that in a little bit if you are being judgmental. So let's clarify these cards. Okay, so the Ten of Wands is clarified by the Eight of Swords. Like I said, you're making life difficult for yourself. The Eight of Swords shows that you're very self-restricting. Like I said, you, instead of being open-minded, you close yourself off to other people's ideas and opinions, and that keeps you restricted. It keeps you trapped in one place. You need to start listening to other people, take your blindfold off and seeing things from their perspective, their ideas, their opinions, and don't just believe that your idea and your opinion is always better than anyone else's. It can come off quite egotistical sometimes, Libra. The Eight of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. So whatever this is that's suddenly, you know, moving quickly, it can be in relation to someone in your life. Typically Earth energy, so Virgo, Capricorn or Taurus. But it can be the person in your life that you're with, you know, emotionally. It can represent fertility as well. So for some of you, this could be either a mother energy or it could be someone that is bearing your children. Yeah, I feel like something's happening quickly here. So for some of you, it could be regarding family. You could be having another child. It could be that you're planning to have another child and this person, you know, gets pregnant a lot quicker than you were expecting, or they go into labour quicker than you were expecting. I don't know. That's the feeling I'm getting. But yeah. Four of Swords is clarified by the Six of Wands. So victory after a battle, time to rest. As I said, you know, everything's a bit of a battle with you, Libra, because you make things harder for yourself, and you've got through another battle, and now is time to accept, you know, your winnings again and just take time to rest. Judgment is clarified by the Nine of Swords. Like I said, I'm getting judgment come out in every reading, and I feel like, as I said, it is a universal lesson that we are being shown here. I feel like there's something coming up for all of us, which is going to be a bit of an awakening, a bit of a brace yourself moment. The Nine of Swords does show that it is going to be a moment of anxiety for a lot of people. I feel like globally things are teetering on the edge a little bit. You know, I do feel like we've sort of in some ways we're lighting the touch paper and just waiting for that moment of waiting for things to go bang, if you like. And it's not a nice feeling. I've not had this feeling before in tarot readings where I've done 12 readings, because obviously every sign of the zodiac, and I'm seeming to get judgment come out in every single reading. Don't want to worry people, but I do feel like there's something coming up here where it's a moment of, you know, everyone is going to be taking notice, sitting up and you know, taking note from every corner of the globe almost. It's almost the same feeling that we had with COVID, is that everyone was collectively involved and interested. It's very rare that things like that happen. But yeah, it's interesting, and I'm very intrigued to see what happens over the coming weeks. But anyway, let's see what this numerology card says about you, Libra. Follow your dreams, which is something you always do, Libra. Your dreams are very important to you, and you always have a very set idea about what you want and where you want to be and how to get there. So there's, you're not going to have any trouble doing that, but remember to follow. If you are with someone, if you're in a relationship with someone, remember to take their dreams into consideration as well, and you need to combine those dreams into one big dream and follow your dreams together as a family. So let's get Moose, last thing.
Hello, baby.
So he was having a little sleep. He likes to sleep with me like a baby like this. But he is significantly bigger. I don't know if you can see because of the microphone. But yeah, compared to what he was 3.5 weeks ago, I think he is a lot bigger. He loves his mama very much, and he's very tired. Aren't you, chicken? Hey, little mouse. You're famous. You're the famous mouse. So it'll be interesting to see how much bigger he is over the next 4 weeks. There you go, just sleepy. Yeah, so anyway, I will love you and leave you, Libra. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Thank you so much for subscribing if you have. If you haven't, please subscribe. It doesn't do any harm. It's just a little button. It doesn't change your life, but it does change mine. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for any comments. Please comment. Just give me your opinion on the reading. Good or bad, I don't mind. In the meantime, thank you for watching. What do we always say, Moosey? What do we always say? We always say, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey.